What up VC, Kieran here, NeedleGroove. Quick video, a few new digs, and I guess just a few things about what's been going on the past week for me. So first off, I'll start with the records. Just did a few buys here over the weekend. So Billy Hart, Enhance, on Horizon. This is from 77. So it's my second record on Horizon. The other one that I have is the Charlie Hayden Duets one. So this is a pretty cool record. I didn't know about it, but it caught my eye because of just what I was reading about it in here, as well as the lineup. So Billy Hart on drums. You have Oliver Lake on alto saxophone, Dewey Redman on tenor saxophone, Hannibal Marvin Peterson on trumpet, Eddie Henderson on trumpet and flugelhorn, Don Pullen on acoustic bass, Buster Williams on Don Pullen on acoustic piano, and Buster Williams on acoustic bass. And you also have on some Dave Holland on acoustic bass. So this is there's only one original of his on here, and then you have songs by Oliver Lake, Dave Holland, Dewey Redman, Hannibal and Marvin Peterson, Don Pullen. So they all kind of, most of them have one song on here, one of their originals. And this is kind of some free jazz, not all free jazz, there's some accessible stuff, but there are some definitely challenging moments as well. So I definitely recommend you check this out if you're into free jazz. It's a gatefold that looks like this. Might not be super in focus. There we go. And I'll give you a quick needle drop on here. So this is side 2. So this is Rashan is Beautiful. This is Pharaoh. So you kind of see they explore a bit. It's worth checking out if you see it for cheap. Billy Hart, Enhance on Horizon, 1977. Check that out. Next record I mentioned before already. It's the new Odyssey album, The Good Fight. Sorry, there's a little glare here. I love the cover on this, vintage chair and speaker. And then you have on the back him sitting in it. So this is on Mellow Music Group, just came out, and really digging this hip hop album, so I figured I'd go out and buy the vinyl. It's on heavy yellow splatter vinyl. So if you like hip hop, I definitely recommend you check this out. Odyssey has been doing some incredible work over the past few years, and it culminates in The Good Fight. So he's been doing, in my mind, always great work, but better and better, and this I believe is his best. And you can see here, nice stack of records on the vintage speaker. Reminds me of my apartment a bit. Something like that. Anyway, I'll give you a little taste of one of my favorite songs on here.
Discover check, judge me on the surface and punish me as another threat. I'm far from it, got more in common than you would guess. Have the discussions, drop your assumptions, you know me best. It's hard to read anybody, but if you never try, how can you say you better without the message to sympathize? The internet has exposed us, but we all in disguise. Maybe camouflage to protect us as we begin to cry. And this is why I am freakishly in control of my enterprise. They rather spread a lie than tell the truth that get televised. May I have a clue, but that don't stop their detective eyes. I tell these guys,
So that's the track book covers that I really like on here. And Mellow Music Group also just came out with Peach Instrumentals 2, which I'm going to check out. So the Pete Rock's long-awaited follow-up to his instrumental album Peach Instrumentals that came out in the early 2000s. So that was just released on Mellow Music Group. And the other album that just came out this week is Bilal's new album with Adrian Young. So I'm looking forward to checking that out as well. But check out Odyssey, The Good Fight. What else did I pick up? I picked up this. James Buttery had just shown this, and I never heard this album. I still haven't properly listened to it. I just picked it up yesterday afternoon. It was Canada Day, had the day off, and the record store was open, which is nice on a holiday. So I went there quickly, but it is Talk Talk, Spirit of Eden. And so I know their album, I think before this, Laughing Stock, and I love it. I don't have it on vinyl. I've never seen it, but this I listened to quickly in the record store, and it sounded, there's some moments that remind me of Laughing Stock, some that are different, but I'm definitely looking forward to the experience of just sitting back and enjoying this album. So this is the US press from 1988 on EMI Records, Talk Talk, Spirit of Eden. And I honestly, I've never seen this before, but James showed it, and I went to the record store and it popped up. It's funny how that works. So inner sleeve with lyrics, and it wasn't cheap, but you don't see it often. So, and it's not usually a genre of music I buy, but I figured I'd pick it up. Another album I picked up is something. This was dirt cheap, and it's Tracy Chapman's Crossroads. So, in a way, a bit of nostalgia for me. I don't know this album at all. So, and it sounded good when I needle dropped it in the store. So I'm looking forward to really giving it a listen a few times. But the reason I bought it is because Tracy Chapman's first album, I used to listen to in the car with my mom when I was a kid. She used to play the hell out of that album, and I loved it as well. And you know, it just reminds her voice, and the music reminds me of my childhood. And it's good music. I love her voice, so I figured I'd check out this album. Came out just the year after her debut, Tracy Chapman, Crossroads. Looking forward to that. Another album I pulled out and listened to, which was good, and I don't think I had ever really listened to, maybe once or twice, but it was good to revisit. And this was one that I inherited from my dad, and it's Stan Getz, Captain Marvel. And this is from, it says 75, but it's recorded, I believe, in 72. So there's the man Stan, and this features Stanley Clarke on bass, Chick Corea on electric piano, Erto Merera on percussion, and as well as Tony Williams on drums. So yeah, recorded March 3rd, 1972, but I don't think it came out till 75. That's on Columbia. Not in great shape, but it plays okay. Inherited from my father. So that's it for the records. I just picked up those 4, and I gave this one a listen. And I don't think I had shown that. What else? So Sunday night, I went to a concert with my dad. I bought him tickets for his birthday for Robert Glasper Trio as part of the Montreal Jazz Fest, which is going on right now. And I didn't know what to expect. I had seen Glasper before live with Bilal, and that blew me away, but it was mostly Bilal singing that blew me away. So I didn't know how I was going to do with just the trio, if it was going to excite me enough, but myself as well as my father absolutely loved the concert. Extremely talented musicians. The drummer was unbelievable. Robert Glasper, great personality. He just released a new album, which is nothing, mind-blowing, but it's called Covered, so they do a bunch of covers. And what was cool also is that Jay Dilla's brother, Illa J, lives in Montreal, and obviously Robert Glasper being connected to that camp kind of the hip-hop scene always does. Last time I saw him, he did a few Dilla songs, a little tribute. So he started doing a little hip-hop vibe during the show, and then he brought out Illa J, who he's okay. I mean, I wouldn't say he blew me away, but just the energy of having Dilla's brother there with Glasper playing the songs, and Illa J sang a bit. He did a couple Dilla verses on their songs, on the Dilla tracks he was doing, so it was pretty cool energy. Appreciated that. And then last night I went to see Naomi Shelton and the Gospel Queens, and Charles Bradley. Was a double bill, so kind of a Daptone thing going, both on Daptone Records, I believe. Anyway, that whole scene, like the Sharon Jones and Lee Fields, and it was pretty good. I'd seen Charles Bradley before. It was Naomi Shelton was very, very good, and she walked out. She didn't walk out. She had to be helped out. She could barely walk. She was with a cane, but then she just stood there and didn't move, even though she could barely walk. I was impressed. Just tore it up. Amazing, amazing voice. So that was fun. And Charles Bradley is a unique experience as always if you've never seen him live. Anyway, so that's it. Just a few records to share with you guys. Beautiful day here finally. Yesterday was Canada Day and it was pouring rain all day. Try and think if there's anything else I have to share with you. Nope, that's it for now. So take care, guys. Peace.